Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. I'm so delighted to see you again. So today we're going to be talking about essentials for during lockdown. In the UK, the lockdown has been extended further for another 3 weeks, and rightly so, in order to help protect everyone, especially the key workers, including the NHS. Talking of the NHS, I'm going to put a link down below to a hand sanitizer which has been brought out by one of my favourite brands, Balmain's. They typically bring out products for people with skin conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, topical steroid withdrawal, etc. They have brought out a hand sanitizer range in which if you purchase one, they donate one to local charities for NHS and key workers. So I'll put a link down below to that. I identify essentials that I think you need to get during this lockdown period and things that I think would be great for you to invest in now that the UK has gone into further lockdown. Indeed, if you're watching in other parts of the world and you're also in lockdown and you have a similar skin condition or not, you can keep watching for some little tips from me. So guys, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoy it, and let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. So without further ado, let's get into this video. The first thing that I think you need to invest in during this lockdown period is my top thing that I think you need to invest in if you have a skin condition or not, is a dry brush. I talk about dry brushing on this channel quite a lot. You will see in some of my vlogs. I love dry brushing and I believe in it so much. Benefits of dry brushing are endless, including increased circulation, so that helps with things like cellulite on the body. It also helps bring blood closer to the surface. It helps with exfoliation. I believe in dry brushing on the face. It helps to alleviate the dead skin off of the surface of your skin, which in turn then stops you getting so many blocked pores, and exfoliate clogged pores without actually getting harsh chemicals and investing in a lot of skincare. It's a very, very simple way just to exfoliate, and I even do it on my nose, on my T-zone. It also stimulates lymphatic drainage. Also means that you don't actually use your hands at all in the process. There is a barrier between the germs on your hands and the connection to your skin. So you also not only put the germs from underneath your nails and your fingertips, you don't transfer the natural oils from your skin onto your face, which can then, if you've got an oily skin type especially, cause blockages within the skin. So it alleviates. So also on your body as a whole, dry brushing can help to remove trapped hairs. It can help to exfoliate them out. I have a skin type which loves a trapped hair, so it really, really benefits me. It's a great way to exfoliate if you're shaving before or after, whether a guy or a girl. Even on your beard, if you do some dry brushing beforehand, that's a great way to sort of exfoliate and alleviate the skin. I'll put a link down below to one of my favourite dry brushes. I got mine just from the Body Shop. You can get them quite inexpensively. I think this would be a really great investment for you, whether you're doing no moisture treatment or not. During this lockdown period, you're likely to be not washing as much, not washing your hair. So it's really important that you keep your hair off your face, or if you're a guy, try and at least rinse it through, allow the natural oils to come out. But dry brushing really, really helps to take off that excess, especially on your face and on your body as well. You can get dry brushes that also have a long arm, so kind of to do your back as well. A lot of people with acne say that this really benefits them as well. I've also had feedback on my channel about people with acne who have tried no moisture treatment. I'll put a link to that series up here. And a lot of people have said that actually this treatment works for acne as well. So although I'm talking predominantly from my experience about having eczema and topical steroid withdrawals, this is also applicable to other skin conditions as well. So I totally advocate using more natural, holistic methods in order to help your skin. The second thing that I would recommend would be a pair of gloves. Gloves for cleaning your house. If you're going to be cleaning out drawers, doing a lot more blitzing within your house, and you're going to be doing a lot more cleaning, I suggest that you invest in some gloves, some rubber gloves, or an alternative if you're allergic to them, in order that the chemicals are not going onto your hands directly. You have a lot more protection on your forearm. I get quite angry forearms, as you can see. They don't like very much. It also protects your skin from that excess moisture as well. So if you're doing no moisture treatment, we have to be very, very diligent and make sure that we're doing the utmost that we can to avoid excess moisture. It's also a really good way to, as I said, not get so many germs on your hands, not have your hands come into contact with harsh chemicals. Particularly if we're washing our hands a lot more during this period, we need to make sure that we're looking after the skin. I'll put a link down below to my absolute favourite hand cream, which has worked absolute wonders for me and my other half, who now is addicted to this hand cream too. So a good night's sleep is absolutely vital. I know some people can find this lockdown period very, very stressful, and that in turn means that you're not sleeping very well. Similarly, if you have a skin condition such as mine, where insomnia is a common attribute of having something like that, I strongly suggest that you start thinking about your sleep and how much you can do to help it. Therefore, my third recommendation would be to get a silk pillowcase. Now, I know this may sound a bit bougie, but I'll put a link down below to silk pillowcases, which are only £20, which I think is a great investment. You spend so much time sleeping, and yet we seem to not really invest that much in it. We need to think more about trying out different things to help us get a better night's sleep. If you're going to be not washing your hair very much, we need to think about those excess oils coming off onto the pillowcase. If you've got something like a cotton, which then absorbs all that moisture, and you're also doing perhaps dry no moisture treatment, you then turn in the night and then absorb all that oil and moisture into your face. And this is not good. Whether you're doing no moisture treatment or not, all that sweat and oils from your head is being absorbed into your pillowcase. Therefore, getting a sweat wicking fabric for your pillowcases is something that I really think would help you. This will also help spots on your neck, on your upper back as well. You can try just the pillowcase for now. You may wish to later invest in full-blown silk sheets. But certainly a silk pillowcase is something that I would strongly advise. Plus, it's just nice to have something a little bit bougie and extra when you're going to sleep. You feel a bit more like Blair Waldorf. The fourth thing that I would suggest getting is something that I absolutely love. This is because I have very long hair. My mum has bought me these for years. A turby towel. So one of these towels that comes up and allows you to keep your hair up on your head without having to use a whole massive body towel. So instead of constantly blow drying your hair, which can not only lead to breakages and damage, it can leave it really, really brittle. We're also not being able to go out to the hairdresser and get our usual toners, our usual conditioning, our keratins. Instead of blow drying and starting to make it even more brittle, we should be really, really looking after our hair and allowing it to dry naturally. So by using a turby towel, your hair is up off your head, it's very, very tight around here, and it's not then dripping down onto your back. I have a lot of eczema on my back as well. As you can see on my arms, this continues around my back as well. And by allowing this moisture to dry on my head as opposed to dripping down my back, all of these small differences make a massive, massive change in the end when you're doing no moisture treatment. We want to make sure that we're looking after ourselves as much as possible. So making sure that our hair feels nice, it's well conditioned, it's easy to brush, it's feels very natural, not greasy, but it feels lovely and soft, it makes a huge difference to how you feel about yourself. So this is why I would suggest investing something like this. This is a really great idea for any of those watching who are experiencing hair loss as a result of your skin condition. Not only this can make you feel really insecure and depleted and debilitated, but it's just something that is really important to you as an identity, as a part of you, and all these little changes can really help. So making sure that the hair that we do have is being well looked after, it's being conditioned well, has very little heat, and making sure that you're not drying it with a form of heat but letting it dry naturally is something that I would strongly advocate. So a turby towel I shall link down below. My fifth suggestion would be to get yourself a yoga mat. So these are everywhere just now. You can get them on Amazon, you can get really cheap ones, you can get ones from dirt cheap to really expensive. So I suggest that you get yourself one, practice some stillness, some meditation, yoga, stretching, breathing, do your little band workouts, whatever it is, ab workout. Use it for both of these things, but particularly practice some stillness. Practice phones off, out the room, not seen. Practice breathing, practice stretching, getting to know your body a bit better. It's really good for allowing yourself to have that time, that space to work things out on your own. During lockdown and going through a difficult skin condition, you can feel very isolated, but actually if you've got a good relationship with yourself, it means so much more than the need to have relationships with others. Because just now, obviously, we can't see others. It's really important to make sure that we're happy within ourselves. And it's one of those wishy-washy things that you can think, oh, I don't really need to do that. But actually, it has made a massive difference to me. I have done a huge amount of work on my flexibility. I'm a terribly inflexible person, and it has improved and it's made me feel a lot better. Practice stretching and breathing, and I feel a whole lot better about myself. I also take these breaks during, if you're working, have that mat as a signal for you to go and sit and breathe and sit and be calm, and this will make you feel a whole lot better. So finally, I would suggest in investing in a little writing set. So I have for years loved to write letters to people. I love to keep in contact with people by writing letters, and I think it's a fantastic way to make sure that you're keeping in contact, particularly with elderly relatives. And a writing set is so valuable, and I think writing to somebody is so personable and it means so much to people. I think it's just a lovely way to stay connected with people, and it means so much, and it's very thoughtful, and it can totally brighten up someone's day. And I think we should really be thinking about paying it forward and making other people feel good during this time, because I've seen a lot of memes and videos and motivational quotes which say, if you're not using this time productively, you've wasted all your time. I don't think that's true at all. Some of us are trying to just get through this time as best as we can. It's a very stressful time for some. There are money issues, there's health issues, there's people who are in really serious health conditions, and that's okay if all that you're doing is trying to get through this time. So practicing stillness, practicing breathing, using this time to read, and just do whatever it is that makes you feel better about this situation. You don't need to come out of this having learned a new skill, being a wizard at something, got another degree, whatever, lost a stone. Doesn't matter. If you have got through this, that's good enough. You don't need to justify whatever it is that you're doing at home, because it is up to you. This is why it's really important to have a really, really good relationship with yourself. The other thing that I've seen is a lot of memes and stuff saying that if you don't hear from friends or if you don't hear from people, it's their problem and they're not, you learn so much about who's really there for you. And I just, once again, just don't think that's true at all. I think this can be very, very stressful for some people, and life is not all about you. Just because somebody else is not in contact with you doesn't mean that they don't care about you. They might just be trying to get through the situation themselves. So I really think that if you know that someone hasn't been in contact with you, a better way, instead of thinking, oh, I'm not good enough to be in their life, I'm just going to cut them out, you should get in contact with them. You should see, are you okay? Are you feeling fine? How are things? Rather than automatically thinking that it's something to do with you. Things are often much more to do with the person than they are to do with you. So actually, a better response, rather than shutting them off and being like, actually, you know who your true friends are. Maybe let's just go and write to them and send them a lovely card, and that brings up the connection again, rather than automatically thinking it's all about you. This is why I have said, get yourself a writing set, do something positive, keep those special connections, reach out to people, tell them that you love them, tell them how much they mean to you, and make sure that you just spend that time to think about how much you value them, value their friendship, value their counsel and their advice, and let them know. So everyone, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video. Let me know if you're going to also invest in some of the suggestions that I have put on here. Let me know if you have any further suggestions which you think are essentials that other people would benefit. Write them in the comments down below and other people can see what they think as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and have a look at my other videos as well. Happy lockdown everybody, please stay safe, wash your hands and tell other people that you love them. Bye!